Hi again, this is Charlene O'Hanlon coming to you from DevOps World, Jenkins World 2018 San Francisco. And to my left is Sam Fell, who is VP of Marketing at Electric Cloud. Hi Sam, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Great
Good,
to
good.
see you. So what's new at Electric Cloud?
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, the last time we talked with you at a Jenkins World, or with
Alan.
exactly.
He and I are a little different.
Yeah, but you're both good friends of Electric Cloud. So last time we actually spoke to you guys at Jenkins World was last year, where we announced the product DevOps Insight, which simplifies the collection of all the data from all the different parts of your pipeline. We've made some changes to that over the year. We've added an AI component to that called Foresight, which allows you to predict when problems are going to occur with your large releases across all these different Jenkins instances that you have, which builds are going to work, which things have been tested with which, and based on who's doing the work and where they're being tested, are you going to have any problems once you put it into production?
Nice.
So it's pretty exciting, and we actually just announced on Monday some new technology to allow people to use that exact same information to give you a CI dashboard instead of looking at the end-to-end release, diving very deep, collecting all that information from your CI tools, all the tools that are in that front part of the pipeline, so that you get a very clean, clear view of what's happening in the front part of your pipeline without having to go and do a bunch of scripting in Hygeia or creating your own analytics solution using Elk or whatever. It's all built into Electric Flow. It's free for download from the website as a community edition, and so we really want people to go and play with that.
So your company is not the only one that I've heard lately who's delving into the AI pool.
Yep.
So what is it about AI? I mean, obviously, besides the intelligence part of it, what is it about AI now that really has a lot of vendors and companies adopting it or integrating it into their technology set? I mean, it just seems like we're at kind of a point, an influx point in the industry.
Absolutely, Absolutely, it's a great question. And so what we're seeing, and I think what a lot of people are experiencing, is just a huge amount of increase in complexity when it comes to trying to deliver software. Every time the technology advances, when you go from a monolithic app to a containerized application, for instance, there's a whole new set of technology, there's many, many more moving pieces, lots of tools that you need to do to check those new components. So the pipelines are changing, the architectures of the applications are changing, the execution venues are changing. Instead of just saying, I'm going to always deploy to OpenStack or VMware, now people are doing OpenStack, VMware, Kubernetes, Google Cloud, right, Amazon, all these different places. And so the distributed nature of it, the complexity, the way that all the permutations, everything needs to come together, is starting to be kind of hard for a human being to be able to keep track of. So we're adding these features into the product to help make it easier for people who are trying to manage these large releases, people who are maybe a release manager, maybe an enterprise architect who's looking to optimize those pipelines, to surface that information to them in a much more easy way and actually provide recommendations around, hey, you know what, this is what we saw happen last time you released code from this area of your application. We recommend you go through an extra, let's say, a security pipeline or testing pipeline, which we have the ability to do, and actually the product will allow you to do that sort of on the fly, send you down to additional testing or additional stuff based on what the recommendation is.
So this may seem like an odd question, but when we have so much intelligence in the program or in the pipeline, do you think that would tend to make developers maybe a little, I don't want to say lazy because that's such a bad word, but just maybe not thinking as analytically or as thoughtfully as they should when they're doing what they're doing?
I don't think so. From a pipeline perspective, the developers shouldn't have to worry about CI/CD pipeline, right? Developers should do one thing, which is to create awesome code that their customers want, right? Solve the different Jira stories, get those things through testing and get them out to production. It's the getting it through that pipeline and getting out to production part is where we really come in. And so helping folks who are trying to optimize and lean out that whole process, it's complicated to do, especially with the customers that we work with, very large enterprises who have 5, 10, 100 different groups all working on applications that are going to be released about the same time period. how is a release manager who's totally disconnected from all of those 100 teams, who's disconnected from all the work that's happening, how can they make a reasonable assessment about the safety or the ability for that release to happen and not cause a bunch of people having to get up at 3 in the morning to jump on a conference call? So we're definitely seeing this as an area where this machine learning can definitely help. There are patterns, there's no secret sauce necessarily. All the data is customer data that we're using. We're running it through some algorithms that we've trained across existing customers, across open source projects, and across learning data that we have to help give that advice to people so that they're not having to do it all on their own.
Okay, all right, makes sense. You guys also formed a partnership with DevOps Institute, right?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And to your point earlier about, are these developers going to get lazier, and are they going to, I think one of the most important things for developers and for everyone in this industry is to continually learn, to continually improve, and to continually educate themselves. So we did sign an agreement. We have a partnership with DevOps Institute. You guys know them. They deliver all of the training. Good friends of the DevOps.com folks as well. And so Jane Grohl is working with our team to create a learning management system that our customers and prospects and anybody really in the industry can use to come and learn about things like DevOps and continuous integration, to do courses with certification from the DevOps Institute. So these are certified courses that you can take, as well as offering our customers training on our product to make sure that they understand when we're coming in to help them, what is DevOps and continuous delivery and how is that going to help me? And then specifically, what tools do I have to help make that happen?
That's great, because continuous delivery is not easy.
It is not an easy thing to achieve, that's right. Yeah.
All right, well Sam, thanks so much for taking the time, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, thank you.